Meet the Cheetah, speed demon cat of Africa's grassland killing grounds. Now meet Gunner, runt of his litter, a born loser in a world of trouble. Enemies want his blood. Rivals want his kills. All Gunner wants is one last chance to prove a runt can become a ruler on the plains of Linyanti. Male cheetah gangs are called coalitions, and this one is on the rise. Known as the Savuti Coalition, they're a brotherhood of young killers. Attack speed, 60 miles an hour. Time to target, 20 seconds. Successful kills, 50%, if the cats are lucky. The wildebeest calf was easy prey, but there's a downside. The kill is bound to draw scavengers. Keeping it is the next challenge. Each brother will eat about 10 to 20 pounds of meat before the kill is lost. This can last them for several days. Miles from the Savuti kill, another coalition is rising. The mother of these cubs has only one thing on her mind, keeping them alive. There's Trig and Stone. Stone's a bit of a mother's boy. His brother Trig is a born leader. And that leaves Gunner, the runt of the litter, who's curious about everything, but just as clueless. Constant grooming by the female helps create a strong bond between the brothers, and they'll need it to survive here. They live in the Linyanti, a land of water and grass bursting with life. The Linyanti supports vast herds of game and Africa's apex predators. In the rainy season, every inch of water seems occupied, and the grasslands are no different. Linyanti's elephants make up the largest population in the world, over 100,000 strong. When food and water is abundant, they're peaceful giants. But come the dry season, adults will dominate the water holes to keep their calves cool and hydrated. Gunner's mother has cubs to feed. When she goes hunting, they're supposed to stay put. But today, the runt of the litter is restless. Gunner can't control his curiosity. As Trig and Stone follow, their mother has found prey. It's a herd of impala. The closer she can get before an attack, the greater her chance of success. This hunt is her fourth attempt of the day, and she's feeling it. Cheetahs can run 60 miles an hour. The ram can do about 50. Gunner's mom just manages to close the distance. She's barely caught him by the leg. The ram's sharp horns could easily pierce the cheetah's gut, and pound for pound, he's no pushover. The ram is finished off with a suffocation hold on his throat. A mile away, Gunnar plays Ring Around the Tree. The game helps build muscles and coordination, but the brothers will soon learn that survival's the ultimate game, and one they can't afford to lose. Gunnar's mom wants them to start feeding now. Scavengers collect so quickly at Cheetah kills, the cats will get just one chance to feed. Once they leave the carcass, nothing will remain worth returning for. Back at the playground, Trig picks up a scent that spells alarm. Hyenas not only scavenge, they hunt. It's time to stop playing and start running home. Gunnar's mom rushes to tear open the carcass for the cubs. Cheetahs don't eat skin or bone, so the first job is to expose the rich meat in the hindquarters. Chirping and a unique vocal stutter are assembly calls. Scavengers spot the kill. Instinctively, the female tries to cover the impala's scent while she scans the grassland for the cubs. Gunnar's the first to hone in on the calls. Trig and Stone follow him for two good reasons: mom and meat. Gunnar and his brothers began eating meat when they were just 3 months old. In a few more months, they'll begin practice hunts on small prey. Vultures continue to show up in numbers. They have a simple strategy for scavenging. Drop down, hang out, and wait for the right time to move in. But they'll have to wait in line until the cheetahs have had their fill. Gunnar imitates his mother's raking ritual, trying in vain to conceal the scent of the kill. But if he learns anything from her today, it's how to keep your cool, no matter the odds. While the Linyanti cheetahs eat their kill, the Savuti brothers have picked up the scent of their next target. It's another herd of impala, and so far the coalition is completely undetected. But a lone hyena is about to blow their cover. Hours of tedious tracking now lead to empty stomachs for the Savuti brothers. And since hyena are not on the menu, they'll have to rest up for another hunt. In early May, dry weather transforms the lush landscape into stubble and dust. Gunnar and his brothers have grown twice their size in 3 months and forged strong bonds. Their mother has shown them how to hunt, and it's time to prove they've learned their lessons. When Gunner spots a jackal, he does something unusual. He actually gets serious. The chase is off to a good start, until Trig pulls the plug. Hanging in the breeze is an unfamiliar scent. The Savuti brothers have marked this turf with their urine. Day by day, they push deeper and deeper into the hunting grounds of Gunner and his family. Trig and Stone move off to join Gunner and their mother. They know they're safe when she is around, but the female will not be with them forever. By their nature, cheetah females and cubs will eventually separate. When that happens, the brothers better be ready. A year's gone by. Gunner and his brothers are now on their own. Their mother has left them to fend for themselves, and it's a huge adjustment. Each day they try to follow her lessons, but there's no substitute for experience. Led by Trig, Stone and Gunner head for a spot that's sure to be loaded with prey. The reason why comes down to one word: water. Once again, the dry season has gripped the Linyanti by the throat. The drier it gets, the more aggressive the residents become. The herds must stay close to the water holes. This makes it easy for the predators. Lone hyenas form packs to take advantage of the carnage to come. Day by day, the heat drives more and more prey to the pools. Baboons congregate hoping to claim some water, but the occupation won't last for long. A sentry sounds an alarm, and for good reason. This herd is super thirsty and super aggressive. Kudu are the largest game any cheetah could hope to bring down. But this is also the first time the brothers have hunted in tall grass. Trig and Stone barely keep up. Gunner is nowhere in sight. Their attack was too hasty. The high grass didn't help, and the brothers lacked what matters the most: solid experience. The only good thing about the failure today is what they've gained in hard experience. Even Gunner senses their best chance to survive is to continue the brotherly bond forged by their mother. The Linyanti has seen countless cheetah coalitions come and go as evolution shaped their species for some 11 million years. Another hungry night is nothing, and tomorrow's another day. Impala feed on grass and foliage for as long as 18 hours a day, and this herd has settled just upwind of the brothers. While Gunner watches from the sidelines, Trig nabs a big ram. Gunner tries to help, but he's too awkward. Assisted by Stone, Trig finally brings the prey down. The kill is the Coalition's first big success. Their next challenge is getting to eat it in peace. The usual suspects move in. Stone drags the ram to a more protected spot, but scavengers keep track of the move. Everyone seems to know about the kill now, and the crowd is growing. The cheetahs slice off meat with their razor-sharp incisor teeth, just like their mother taught them. The scent of exposed flesh is spreading. It's a calling card for other predators and scavengers. The longer they stay on this carcass, the higher the risk of being harassed. Cheetahs are most active during dawn and dusk. Only on rare occasions will they hunt at night. The lower the sun falls, the farther Gunner roams. But he's not in search of prey. Something else is leading him on. Some kind of challenge hanging in the air. In the dead of night, Gunner finally sees what he's been smelling. The Savuti Coalition has sprayed this tree, laying claim to the area and to any females ready to mate. Gunner defies the Coalition by remarking the tree with his urine. Trig and Stone follow Gunner's trail. Their instinct is to stick together, but it's leading them into trouble. The Savuti brothers are nearby and headed on a collision course with Gunner. The Savuti are older, stronger, and more experienced in battle. But when Gunner spots them, he advances without hesitation. Just as Gunner's pinned to the ground, Trig and Stone jump into the fight. Stone takes the brunt of the Savuti's wrath, while Trig and Gunner retreat. Gunner senses that something's changed, and so does Trig. Stone's missing. Trig tries to call to his lost brother, but neither he nor Gunner realizes that he has been fatally wounded in the battle. They will never see him again. Stone is dying from his wounds. It's only a matter of minutes until Linyanti's apex scavenger picks up his scent. Soon, all traces of Stone will vanish like footprints in the dust. Gunner and Trig haven't the strength to deal with another attack from the Savuti. They give up the search. But death is not through with them. The brothers are parched by thirst. At a nearby waterhole, a bull elephant lets them move in unchallenged. There's also no sign of the Savuti Coalition, so the brothers lower their guard. When Trig reaches the water safely, Gunnar joins him, and that's when the mood of the elephants changes. Trig and Gunnar hear the herd coming, but try to fill their bellies before retreating. The elephants move faster than expected, and soon surround them. Gunnar breaks free, but Trig is not so lucky. The Linyanti elephants have defended the waterhole. But in the process of running off the cheetahs, they've trampled Trig by accident. Trig can barely move, but the mere presence of a predator cat keeps the herd on edge. Cheetahs will attack baby elephants, and even though Trig doesn't seem a threat, there could be a coalition nearby. This young cow shuffles her feet to show she's uneasy. Just the smell of a cheetah is enough to spook her. As Trig tries to recover, Gunnar is alone for the first time in his life. The brotherhood is over. As temperatures soar, Gunnar's brother fights for his life. Linyanti's residents gather and gawk at a novelty, the sight of a feared predator unable to strike. Trig tests his strength, but he's too injured to rise. His best chance now is to give his battered body a chance to rest. The only brother now left standing is miles away. Gunnar wanders into new territory. It's the home range of a large troop of Chakma baboons. The Savuti coalition has preyed on this colony, and the sight of Gunnar puts the baboons on high alert. An alarm bark signals the male baboons to move in on the cheetah's position. Gunnar is too thirsty to care, but he should. This male has 4-inch canines and powerful jaws. Gunnar's never faced a single baboon in a fight. Now he's attracted a small army of them. Baboons will form mobs against enemies like cheetahs and leopards. And while Gunnar drinks, he's being surrounded. Gunnar senses that it's time to move away from the waterhole. The menace and hostility of the baboons is growing by the second. But the cheetah's retreat only makes the defenders more confident and more aggressive. The troop is taking no chances with the cheetah. It's not about turf. It's about security and the safety of their young. Gunnar decides to take a stand, but his show of force backfires. As Gunnar is pushed deeper into unknown territory, death tightens its grip on his brother. Internal injuries have taken their toll. The jackals who once followed Trig, hoping for scraps of meat, will soon have to find a new provider. Far away, Gunnar continues to call for his brother. All he hears in return is the whisper of wind through the tall grass. Trig has lost his battle for life. The only question now is who will claim the body. Leopards not only stalk live prey, they also scavenge on the dead. While this male is hungry, he's also extremely cautious and easily spooked. Tonight, there are too many potential threats and too many distractions. When more elephants close in, the leopard decides the risks outweigh the gains. But other scavengers are not as shy. When the elephants move away, this spotted hyena moves in and claims the reward. As Trig now leaves the battle, Gunnar's ultimate fight begins. For the past week or so, Gunnar's noticed a new smell in the air, and it's close by. The scent is not from prey or rival coalitions. It's a message in the form of female sex hormones mixed with urine and sprayed on trees. Instinctively, Gunnar answers it with his own. If Gunnar can mate, his family line will continue into the future. But for now, staying out of trouble is job one. As long as the dry season continues, elephants are a threat. Adults will protect young calves with the same force that led to Trig's death at the waterhole weeks ago. This rule goes for predators as well as scavengers. When a pair of hyena try to scavenge a carcass, a group of 3-ton females lays down the law. From the top of a termite mound, Gunnar spots an opportunity. It comes by way of the local lion pride. The lioness has distracted a group of waterbuck. Her belly is full, but Gunnar's is aching. Once the female joins her pride, the cheetah will have the waterbuck all to himself. The herd remains fixated on the lions. But as they continue to browse, Gunnar shifts into stalk mode. Cheetahs can run 60 miles an hour across a distance of roughly 900 yards. Whether Gunnar can match the statistics is now the question. Gunnar runs on high-traction footpads that act like tire treads. But when he finally reaches the female, the waterbuck is no pushover. Gunnar's prey outweighs him 5 times over, and she's no dummy either. She chooses the waterhole to make a stand, and it's no accident. She knows cheetahs can walk through water, but they can't run. Gunnar's respiratory rate and body temperature are maxed out. He should be cooling off in the shade, but he's determined to make a kill. To add to his predicament, a mother and her 2 calves drop by for a drink. Gunner's having the ultimate bad day at the office. His game plan is falling apart, and his prey seems to know it. What began as a hunt looks more like a bizarre dance, with the water buck firmly taking the lead. The danger from elephants is escalating. The female's getting more aggressive, and Gunner's getting nowhere. When the herd finally arrives, it's time to face reality. Gunner is outgunned and out of time. The best he'll get from the situation here is a drink of water, if the elephants let him. When the female and calves move in, Gunner's prey turns the tables. Gunner's humiliating failure has only one upside. He's learned that to take down big game, his game must change radically. The water buck survived, but Gunner's claw marks prove he's a growing threat. The cheetah's hunting is awkward for sure, but the locals aren't taking any chances. Gunner's temperature is topped off at 105, about 3 degrees above normal. And while Gunner needs 30 minutes to cool down, he's not going to get it. This herd can go for days without water. But if water is around, they'll drink up to 50 gallons a day. They also insulate their skins with mud every chance they can get. Hopefully, the rainy season will come before the mud turns to dust. Gunner continues to mark all the trees in the area. Urine and feces packed with pheromones are his main line of communication with the roaming female. If Gunner's coalition had survived, he'd have to share any mating females with his brothers. While he now has the field to himself, a mate is nowhere in sight. Days later, as the first rains arrive, Gunner continues to crisscross the female's path, leaving his scent behind. When Gunner senses the female may be close enough to hear him, he tries calling, and while he doesn't know it yet, the strategy is working. This female has given birth to a litter about 18 months ago, and is now ready to start another one. Whether Gunner can cut it as her mate is the big question. Cheetah courtships range from calm to stormy, depending on the female's temperament. This one prefers threatening growls and mock fighting. Although the peak cubbing season comes with the rains, females can mate year-round, and this babe is in no rush. But Gunner's persistence will finally pay off. They mate every 12 hours. Gunner's precarious honeymoon is as short as it is stormy. Mating for cheetahs is strictly business, and during breaks, males and females ignore each other. After 48 hours, Gunner and the female will lose interest in each other and separate. Gunner will never know his offspring, but if they manage to survive, his line and his lost brother's legacy will continue on the Linyanti. Gunner has accomplished a feat only 1 out of 10 cheetahs achieve. He's managed to stay alive long enough to become an adult. Now that he's fully grown, he needs a steady supply of meat. But so far, Gunner's failed to take down big game. Linyanti's giants are off the list. But all morning, Gunner's watched group after group of them moving in the same direction. The elephants must be headed for a large water hole. If it's ample enough for the entire herd, it could also support the kind of big game Gunner's been searching for. These kudus have come to wash down stomachs filled with newly sprouted leaves. Instinctively, the herd knows that predators target water holes. The moment they finish drinking, they'll return to the safety of the bush. So Gunner's got to work fast. Already, the local ground squirrels are filling the air with alarm calls, giving away his position. But Gunner's already locked on a target, a big kudu cow. The last time Gunner tried to take down big prey, he relied on strength alone and failed. This time, his speed and pacing are more refined. It's a classic cheetah attack. In 3 seconds, Gunner accelerates from 0 to over 65 miles an hour. His lungs supercharges blood with oxygen, inhaling 150 breaths per minute. To avoid the kudu's sharp hooves, Gunner waits for the second her hind legs move forward before striking. At that moment, he uses all his weight to pull her down before she can strike back. Gunner applies leverage to keep the kudu's head down as he closes the cow's windpipe. She's gone in just under 4 minutes, but 2 crucial steps remain. Gunner's got to lower his body temperature in the shade and eat as much of his prey as possible. Scavengers will soon arrive, but Gunner's kill is stuck on a fallen branch. Everything now counts on keeping priorities in order. The baboon is alone and no threat. The real danger is the cheetah's temperature. If it rises 1 more degree, he could die. Gunner makes the right choice. He'll rest first and eat later. Heavy panting allows his lungs to cool his blood. Moving the kill to a better spot is the next priority. Since the kudu's head is stuck, Gunner drags it by the hind legs instead. Hidden behind the tree, he now feels safe enough to start feeding. Life is good. No lions are in sight, and the scavengers are keeping their distance. Even the elephants seem willing to leave Gunner alone with his trophy in triumph. Somewhere on the grasslands 3 months ago, Gunner's mate gave birth to a litter. They may never meet Gunner, but they'll continue his birthright. He was the runt of the litter, more interested in tag than finding targets. A flop is a young hunter, harassed by baboons and outmaneuvered by his own prey. But when the rival coalition moved in, a spark ignited. The battle was lost, but not the war. Gunner has survived all that Lignati can throw at him. The runt of the litter is now a ruler.